Hey guys, I'm the Rusty Autoholic guy where you see every single nut and bolt that I work on. Now, today is going to be a little bit of everything. It's the day after Thanksgiving. I don't have to work today, so I have the whole day to myself. So, I am going to just kind of be working on a little bit of everything to get this project moving along. So, time lapse. Okay guys, totally didn't realize my GoPro had died, so you didn't really see this, but what's going on right now is the bracketry for the Serpentine belt system that I got from KubotaSwappers is not fitting on my engine. And what I have just learned, and so did KubotaSwappers, is this is not a tier 2/tier 3 Kubota V2403, which is the most common. This is the newer tier 4 style, which means it's actually carb legal, I believe, in California. More efficient, makes a little bit more horsepower, and is quieter. So I'm fine with all that. You know, I wanted, to put a diesel in the Wrangler because I wanted it to be more efficient. But because of that, the bracketry that I got from KubotaSwappers wasn't designed for the tier 4, and really the big difference is the location of the water pump. So, what you didn't see me do on time lapse was trying to figure out how I was going to solve this, and I was looking at making a new bracket myself because, I have a plasma cutting table. And then I was talking to Ronnie on the phone, and he had a great idea. We are going to ignore the AC system right now. We're going to leave the AC compressor in the engine bay because I do want air conditioning. So I don't want to put something there that will prevent me from putting AC in the future. So what I ended up doing was figuring out a belt route, and I'm going to basically kind of cheat on tensioning it. So what I did was figured out where I wanted everything, and then I got an old Serpentine belt and I cut it to the length that I thought would be good. Just ran to the parts store and got this. So what I am going to do now is run this tiny little Serpentine belt around the crank, the water pump, I have an aluminum, idler pulley that KubotaSwappers made for me. This is going to be what tensions the whole belt system, and then it's going to go around the alternator and the power steering pump, and that is going to be the only belt system currently. And the way it's going to be tensioned is I'm going to kind of get it in place, pull down on it so it's tensioned, and drill a hole and just bolt the tensioner. So when I go to install this, I'm going to have to really push on it to get the bolt through. It's not the most ideal thing, but in terms of just getting this Wrangler on the road and up and running, it gives me time to figure out this whole tensioner system from KubotaSwappers. He's actually looking into it. He has a tier 4 motor, so he can make me more parts, but this allows me to get everything back on the road. So back to time lapse. Okay guys, so this has been an incredibly long day, but we have a Serpentine belt system. I've got it on there pretty tight. It's loose, or sorry, it's not loose, but it does have a little bit of play, and it actually lines up fairly well. I was worried about the power steering pump. I didn't think I had it in enough, but what I hadn't realized is the power steering pump actually has one less rib on it than the crankshaft, the water pump, and the alternator pulley. So I was able to just put the belt one out and it all lines up. hoping the video came out, because I realized when I stopped time lapse, it wasn't actually on time lapse. It was just recording. And right now it doesn't want to preview. So fingers crossed on that. I think the throttle is finally finalized. I did have to take it apart again. This bolt right there is the bottom bolt for the AC compressor bracket, and I couldn't get to it when I had this arm up here. So I just flopped it, and it actually seems to be working really well. So I don't know how well y'all can see this, so I'm gonna actually hook this up real quick. Okay, so this is the injection pump lever. It goes to this arm. My finger's in the way. It goes to this arm here. This is the pivot point. This cable back here is the throttle cable, and this up here is the cable for the AW4. So this increases the line pressure in the AW4. If you don't set this up correctly, you will burn up your transmission. So if I go over here, you should see everything go full throttle. So, anyway, whoa, camera's bouncing. So, that's all I have for this video. A lot of steps forward, some steps backwards, but again, I want AC on this. So, I'm going to leave the air compressor, the AC compressor on there. And I basically want it on there to make sure I don't inadvertently put something there, thinking I have enough room, and then once I go to add AC, I'm going to have to move something again. So anyway, we're making great progress because the Serpentine belt's now on. Now I can add the radiator. Once I have the radiator on, I can put on the coolant hoses. Once the coolant hoses are on, then I can plumb all the transmission cooling lines. Once all of that's plumbed, then I can put on the fuel lines. So this needed to get done. I had to figure this out so I could move forward. So anyway, leave a comment down below, give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. If you didn't, you know what to do. And hey, if you haven't subscribed, consider subscribing to my channel. And if you have, as always, thank you. It means the world to me. We're gaining a lot of subscribers really quick, and it's just really exciting. So anyway, that's all I have for this video, and I will see you in another one very soon. Goodbye.